Hello and welcome back to Field of Flies. My volume meter will not let me go back to the map on my own screen. Here we go. Last time you ventured across the Principality of Dwanhof, spent nearly a month en route to Port Tibas. Or Tibasport, I always mess up that order. But in the meantime, it came upon the day of Joral's birthday. You were on the trail, you were out by the sea, so there was no great celebration out there. However, you inevitably had to pass through the illustrious Modus de Gravitas, the death circus, the most fanciful and upbeat place in old Wanhole on your way to Tebas Port, and decided to have the party there.
Mm.
During the early stages of your party, you got the best room in the place. You ventured out. You saw. Whoa. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. You ventured out and saw a few of the acts going on and made some money by shanking somebody with a poison knife and using supernatural powers to throw him on the ground.
Mm.
Somewhat supernatural powers.
That is what happened. That is one way to phrase what happened. Yes.
Yes. And it was great. Now, as the night wound up, it wasn't quite wound up, but as the episode wound up, Omen and Joral went back out into the city to enjoy what else they could of the festival. They found a nice little shop with a bunch of probably daima selling little trinkets and goods. Genus returned home to attempt to teach Jenny some more things. And by the way, Jenny is now a character that you should be able to see. Oh, I'll put him in characters. There he is. Right under you. I have not put in a picture yet, but I do need to. Wait a minute. You can also see everything that you can look through him if you want to.
There's nothing here.
I know. I was saying that you don't really know how he works yet, so I didn't give you the access to the internal character sheet. But Kedrick,
Well, I'm teaching him things.
You're teaching him things, and he does seem to retain what you're teaching him, which is weird for a zombie. However, he does not seem to be clinging to things or near the degree you might hope. He does not seem to learn things to your degree. Like if you teach him to thieve, he cannot take something from someone's pocket to near the degree that you can. But that makes sense. He's learning at maybe the rate a human would, maybe. At any rate, while you are doing that, Omen and Joral, you have just finished your shopping, I believe. Omen, did you want to do anything else? Did you want to speak to the individual behind the counter?
I don't think of anything, no.
Very good. In that case, it is up to you where you want to proceed to next.
Have a good day, everyone. Lovely masks. Keep going the great work.
As you leave, do you keep the cat ears on?
Yes.
Okay, you have cat ears.
Yeah.
Okay, Omen also has cat ears.
Right. It seems we still have a little bit of time before the night ends. Where shall we go next? Oh, maybe we could try some local delicacies. What do you think, Omen?
Well, judging from what I saw before, you'd know more about that than me.
Right. Let's see. Wenhof. I believe I believe more than. I believe that there's a lot of dishes that are a mixture of the different regions around here.
Rat on a stick. Get your rat on a stick.
Sounds different.
Yeah, that sounds very local. Let's try it.
Rat on a stick. Okay, you try rat on a stick.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get your protein somewhere.
Like, well, I
Rat on a
wasn't.
stick.
I'm sure that they have done such a thing.
Yeah. You
But of
you
course,
you want some beet juice? You want some turnip juice to go with it? Picked fresh from the garden next to the sow pen.
unfortunately, farmlands here are very poor, so vegetables are very expensive and kind of puny.
Hey, turnips are the best thing you could get here for the
Probably.
cheapest price. If you're talking corn, though, that'll cost you a gold.
Yeah, no, we're not paying gold for mediocre street food. I'll have the turnip juice.
Gold
why-
for corn.
Yeah.
Well, now this place. Well, it would be you'd be hard flung to say, Jorl, that you had not seen better places, better food. Among Dwanhof, this is actually there's some ritzy places to go here. It's near enough to Tiba's port that you can get something like a lot of fish delicacies and a lot of protein that way.
Mhm.
And it is not necessarily a center for trade, but it is central enough to the principality that you can get food from all around. And it is, because of the difficulty of farming, the food here is generally very rustic. You have a limited supply of spices, but they try to mix them together. Most of the food is very earthy here, but each has its own charm.
Get your roasted carp. Get a taste of the trash of the rivers with roasted carp.
Yeah. I say we go eat something local, and then just like have a look at a couple more acts, and then just head home. Oh, woman, there was another magical signature you were sensing. Sorry, that's out of character. You didn't let me know. There was another magical signature we were searching for when we came across the tent with the diamonds.
Was that on my head?
You
No.
were heading on the way to the bridge when you were going to the diamonds, and the diamonds sort of like took you off to the side.
Yeah, okay. That wasn't the other signature I felt then.
The signature was where we were heading, and then we noticed something by walking by the tent because we were close enough to sense the magic.
No, we were heading towards the bridge, and then we went to the diamond area because I felt magic from there. But was that not the other? Well, then I'm
That was
assuming
a
not. So
significant amount of the magic that you felt, like just right through there. They are all concealing their magic, but the moment you got there, you noticed all the little magical artifacts, and if you got close, their ability to conceal was really not beyond your ability to detect them. However, that said, I also mentioned before that standing in the inn, it wasn't just one or two. There are a number of little like puffs of magic that you could sense out in the distance, just faint registers every now and then.
a long story short, no. Okay.
You're in a place where all the magical people gathered to make money by secretly using their magic. What do you expect?
To be a bunch of those, but yeah, okay. If that seems like coming Joel would be.
And that's just the things you can sense. There's also probably some psychic powers and some key use that we're not aware of.
Yeah, probably. Joel wants food, so I'm just going for now.
Okay. Yeah,
Baked log for sale. Baked log. Fresh from the forest, and you could mostly picked free of maggots. Fresh baked log.
All the protein out of it.
have to get your
Protein costs you
protein
extra.
from somewhere. Yeah, but we eat at some place, and then we had, and then I say we like watch a couple of more acts, and then call it a night.
All right. In that case, you head out. Eat most of the food areas are sort of circling the central inn. You get some maybe some fish with a very sweet sauce, something interesting from this area. Lots of mushrooms, and then you move on to see a couple more acts. Now, it's pretty easy to detect the supernatural acts, though. A lot of them also just sort of look like spectacles to people who aren't gifted themselves. There's a group of brothers who have sort of this trapeze act set up. However, at one point, one of them will walk upside down on the rope extending between them, between the two poles, and that raises a huge fuss. It raises even more of a fuss when they offer to levitate someone between them, which they do. This one, however, you do not sense any magic off of immediately, Omen. Though it is almost definitely something insane, unless you guys want to make a notice or search check.
Oh, I just clap and like, I don't have any more coins to toss them. I spend it all on the amulets.
Those are pretty nice amulets. You don't sense any magic, but you're looking for wires and things, and you don't see any of them. Though it is sort of odd how the person that they decide to float between them is slowly turning and like flapping their arms and trying to stay steady. Anyways, moving on to the next one, you actually see a number of... Sorry. You see this group of 3 or 4 people standing around a number of large fires, and you can see them like shifting the fires between each brazier, and sort of swirling them around, making patterns with them. You see a few of them throwing some sort of liquid into the fire to make it change colors, and putting on sort of a pyrotechnic spectacle show. This one is also pretty hard to determine because, while it doesn't make sense that they could move the fire like this, they are doing a lot of little ingenious tricks in the meantime. They seem to have these cords that are doused in some sort of flammable material to make part of the effect. And their fire seems to be a big thing in the Mudas de Gravitas. That seems to be one of the easiest things to please people, and also it's good to make you feel warm on an otherwise cold and dreary place. But unless you're going for anything else specific, any other specifically magical performances, you can return to the inn.
Okay.
However, as you're returning to the inn, I want you to make just one more notice check, both of you.
Yeah. Based on sight?
Based on sight, sorry.
Let's go. Ooh, open roll.
Oh, wow, open roll.
Yay!
Also, I leveled up since the last session, so
Oh, yes,
my
you did.
skills are slightly better.
You have 10 more notice than you did.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, Jorl, you're having a good time. You're getting a little tired. Omen, you're getting a little tired. You're walking back into the square with the inn. And everything looks normal, except with all the people running through here, as I mentioned, there are some people that are in outfits, some people that are in get-ups, a lot of people are just in their daily clothes. One person, Jorl, technically, Omen, you see the person too. You see this person standing across from the inn at the entrance to an alleyway, but obviously, like with their face is covered in a mask, but it seems to be trained on the second floor of the inn. And they're just relaxing in this Harlequin outfit, lots of colors, or lots of stripes and patterns, though it seems to be mostly black and white. Jorl, you have this weird moment of surprise as something glints and catches even your poor eyesight. You spy not only a small dagger in this individual's hands, but a number of them running down each hip underneath the like flowing part of the getup, sort of hidden within the folds of the attire, and they just seem to be staring up at the inn.
Are they staring up at one of our rooms?
This is on the side that yours is on, but it might be on the side that Genus's is on too.
Yeah. Can I try to follow their gaze to see like which window they're looking at, and then like count the windows from the wall to try to determine which room it is?
Yes. I wasn't sure that you'd actually gone to Genus's room yet, but yes, you can tell what room this person is looking at.
Mm-hmm.
It is like on the top floor. It is the second most right window.
Okay. I'd be tempted to look up there now, but I think rather I'm gonna go in and like try to spot which door it is. And just before then, I nudge Omen and I say, seems we have. I saw somebody with a lot of daggers looking up towards one of the windows. I think it might be one of our room. Third window from the left.
Our rooms?
Hmm. Sorry, your mic isn't picking up everything you're saying. I can't hear you.
But now?
Better. Yeah, now that's better.
You sure it's one of our rooms?
I'm not. That's why I'm getting up to check.
Let me send Farron first.
No. All right.
Okay, I'm going to point her just up at the window and tell her to have a look in.
Baron floats out of your cloak, sort of looks at you with a shrug, and then soars up and over to the window to stand on the windowsill. She looks down at the windowsill. Her feet are burning little smudge marks onto it. She looks inside. You can see through her eyes that the window is probably covered, Genus. I imagine your window would be mostly covered.
Yep.
But she tries to peek in. You can sort of see zombie feet inside. They're just standing still.
At this point, I'm just trying to teach Jenny how to balance a chair on their nose.
On their what?
Balance a chair on their nose.
On their nose.
While reciting a dirty limerick.
Okay. So, performance. Let's see how good he does. Boom. Oh wow, he rolls pretty good. Actually, no, that's minus 30. So he rolls a 20. He can balance his chair for a total of like 2 or 3 seconds at a time. Also, he doesn't have a nose, so that makes it doubly hard.
Well, yeah, he's just got a flat space, so it should be easy.
Yes. But then there is his limerick, which he's going to use style for. Because you just tell him like the limerick. He doesn't have to make that up. Oh, and that's actually minus 30 as well. So
jeez,
he's negative 45. You can barely understand what he's saying.
Come on, there once was a young man from Karlsruhe, who with another man he did feud. They went into the back, he came out holding his ass, and he said, that man could come in magnitude.
Is this supposed to help you?
Yes.
I don't really understand.
We're in a performance town. You need to be able to gain enough attention so that I can do the stealing. Now come on.
People paid enough attention to me when you pointed out that I was a warrior and also horribly scarred.
Yes, but that's not enough to keep their attention for longer than a couple minutes. You need to do something like that, like balancing a chair on your nose while reciting dirty limericks. Now let's try again.
Okay, you see them trying to do this, so you can see sort of Jenny's feet like spread and like moving back and forth, and then a chair falls and you can hear it clattering through the window. But you now know who's in there. And
Yeah.
also, there are people like looking up to the little flame on the window
Yeah.
and like pointing
Yeah.
at.
There once was a maiden from Mifune. I begin with the next dirty limerick.
I think Stans is talking to someone.
Oh, okay. He may be talking to them.
Yeah. But yeah, as I suspected, Genus has drawn attention to herself again. So who's up there?
Oh, pretty sure that's Genus.
Hmm.
I don't know anyone else who has a zombie following him around.
Well, are we planning to stay longer than the night here? Because
By the way, Farron will say, I know somebody else with a zombie following them around.
I just said except me.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Even though I hear your senses. Sorry, no, I just. Go on.
so, yeah. We got people following us again.
What's new?
Yeah.
Planning to do anything about these ones?
I don't know. It
It's your
depends.
birthday.
I'd rather have some peace and quiet for the occasion, actually. I say we just. I say we just. I'm just gonna go tell Genus and then go to rest.
Yeah, okay, you get some rest, and
Don't do
I'll see
anything.
about maybe standing watch.
That's fair. That's not too drastic. All right. I go upstairs. I knock on Genus's door.
There once was a maiden from. Hang on, Jenny. I say as I go over and I open the door a crack.
What are you teaching him now?
To balance to be an entertainer.
Huh.
So that she can steal things.
Jenny, you don't say that part out loud.
You didn't tell me that yet.
Well, don't say it out loud.
Can I say it quietly?
Yes, but no, but make sure no one else can hear you.
What's the fun of saying anything?
It's not steal. It's hard to steal if people know. It doesn't help me. Anyway, what do you want, Jorl?
Oh, just wanted to let you know, there's somebody in the street watching up to your window with a decent amount of daggers attached to their body beneath their cloak. So, someone...
And you didn't try to kill them or at least interrogate them?
No, it's my birthday and I've earned some rest.
And I even paid to send a girl to your room.
Oh, yes. It's not something that I particularly revel in, so
What do you mean?
I don't have I don't feel this sort of attraction for people.
What do you mean you don't feel that sort of attraction?
I've never been interested in sex.
I don't understand.
Yes, that's also what most people answer to when I say this, but that's the way it is.
Wait, so, like, you just wait until the third date to have sex?
No,
Fifth date?
I've never gone that far.
What do you mean?
I've never gone on a fifth date. anyways, just just now you know this. I think the person is probably still watching your window. Omen said that she was gonna keep watch. I've drank a little bit and I've eaten a little bit too much fish with those weird purple mushrooms, and I'm just gonna go and lay down.
Was it a purple mushroom with blue spots or a blue mushroom with purple spots?
It was no, it was mostly purple. I didn't spot any blue. Anyways, I'm going to rest.
Yeah, you should be fine. Just have fun and lock your windows.
All right. Have a good night. Oh no! Before that, I got you something.
Oh yeah?
Amulet of it's a charm. Amulet of fortune. It's I got it from a special tent when they were selling it. I don't know if it's going to last very long, but I was able to sense who had gold in their purses around me when I had it. That should
Useful.
help you. Here you are.
Thank you. I say as I quickly pocket it.
You're welcome. I got this mostly because those people were trying to sell magical objects, and well, that's dangerous business, and they were probably in need of the money I gave them for it. So, but yes, I'm glad that this will benefit you.
All right. Thank you, Jorl. And I say, and I look back to Jenny. Jenny, we got work to do. Take the chair off your nose.
Just before I go to sleep, I had this idea. Could I take Jenny's measurements?
Okay.
Thank you. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna come into the room. And
one of the legs is stuck in my nasal cavity.
How big is your nasal cavity?
It's pretty big. The head is split my head horizontally to get to my brain the first time.
Ew.
I've been looking through my images to see if I had an image for Jenny, but based on your description just now, I do not.
Well, like, you can tell that they have, like, stitches up the center of their face, and they also have, like, a couple of little metal plates to either side. However, most of the unusual other zombie thingies seem to be at the back of their head, where you can sort of see a lot of, like, almost red, almost vaguely alive veins, and there's a large metal plate back there, too, at, like, the base of the brain, base of the spine.
Right.
Doesn't the Necronomicon tell you how to have them grow more skin, or do we just need to kill someone and skin them or something?
We would probably need to kill someone and skin them. But there is a very complex procedure that was used on Chef to grow his entire body around the metal skeleton he was given, but as that didn't work all the way to the skin, just for muscles and things. But I am looking to make some. I'm getting his Jenny's measurements, so that I can do some modifications. I've got this idea based on the notes we stole from Terra Santa, and yes. So you can see that mostly I'm doing measurements on Jenny's neck and head, but not
Why the neck? Why the neck and head?
Well.
Wait, are you gonna cut off his head and put it on another body?
I may have considered that, yes. We do have another body available.
No, I don't want to put him on Chef. I don't want to share with Omen.
You listen, he's his own person. You wouldn't need to share with Omen. And there's more to this idea than
Owen's gonna say and chef was hers, and since he'll be 90% chef, that she'll own Jenny now.
All right.
I want my own zombie.
For my birthday, please hear me out. Okay, actually, I think it's best if we get Omen in here as well. Gabriel is gonna come out and go get Omen so that I can try to talk to everyone. Yeah. Omen, do you join us?
I'm gonna come up. Omen comes in. It's like, is there a problem?
Jorl wants to transplant Jenny's head onto Chef's body.
All right.
Okay, so since that would still be 90% chef, does that
I
mean
told
don't
you!
own racist?
All right. It's all right. I've been doing some thinking. Listen, ever since we've met, we've done a lot of things, and well, I used to work for the church during my youth. I worked there mostly got the artifacts that Inquisitors were bringing back from missions and transformed them into weapons for the Inquisition. That's where I got most of my knowledge of artifacts. So I know just a little bit about how they operate, and honestly, I look at everything we've done and the way we've acted, and I'm pretty sure if they're half competent, they're on our trail. Because Terra Santa was a major event, we drew some attention there, and then if they're investigating the towns nearby, they're going to hear about the incident in the forest where we had a fight with a group of bandits that burned down a lot of it. A fight with a giant monster that burned down a lot of it. And if they start asking the locals, they're going to hear about Genus's extravagant spending and our golden canes and things like that.
So what you're saying is it's your fault for having the golden canes, and Omen is mostly responsible for setting things on fire. Gotcha.
And your extravagant spendings will have drawn other kinds of attention, the kinds that Inquisitors could pick up on by hitting a few people. Honestly, the people you have involved, I hope they're good at hiding, because, well, if there's... we already know there's this person from the Lucretio who was able to track us down, and he had a head start because he was already in Terra Santa when it happened, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be Inquisitors hot on our trail pretty soon, and that they're gonna catch up to us. If everything...
So what you're saying is, we should take your head and put it on Chef's body, and I keep my own zombie servant.
What I am saying is, to them, it's probably going to look like we are rogue agents of Black Sun, because we were involved in the events that looked a lot like an accident of the security breaches in Terra Santa. And we have the Necronomicon. And if they look through their list of known ex-Black Sun agents, or list of known Black Sun agents, they're gonna see my face on that list, because I used to work for them.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem then, doesn't it?
What I'm saying...
Difference doesn't make exactly. I have magic, and you used to work for Black Sun. They're going to be chasing us anyway.
Yes. I'm just saying, it's likely that they tried to kill us without a trial, things like this. But
considering I can slip, I just have to slip off this arm you gave me and slip away. I'm pretty much good here. So how is this a me problem?
You can make less money if you're not with us.
And also,
that's debatable.
You can. They will hunt you down just in case you've memorized anything from the Necronomicon. and learned any dark occult secrets, which...
I haven't learned jack shit.
But they don't know that.
I'm a thief, and I don't know how to use magic. Why would I memorize anything?
Well,
Sell it.
this kind of knowledge sells for a very high price if you could find a mage to sell it to. So, that's...
I wanted
just-
to burn the book, for obvious reasons.
Yes, but they don't know that. Inquisitors don't really think about all of the details. They just get to a town, find out there's been occult corruption in the minds of the faithful, and burn it.
Unless I can buy my freedom by selling you out.
Yes, it's an option, but I have a better idea. Right now, there's an opportunity. Terra Santa was a disaster. Terra Santa is going to live on in the memories of the people of Dwenholf as a tragedy, something horrible happening with undead. But it doesn't have to be the only thing that comes out of it. People are going to fear the supernatural more, and specifically undead more. But we could use that, and we could turn that around somewhat. Because
What do you mean?
we have Jenny.
So,
Alright.
I say looking at Jenny.
Most of the undead we've found up until now act like animals. They just try to... they just follow orders when they've been trained by Black Sun, and they act feral the rest of the time, going for meat and feeding themselves. Even if they don't need it, they're just trying to satisfy the needs that their body guide them to. Jenny, on the other hand, has a consciousness and human emotions and an ability to reason and self-preservation. Jenny is more human than any of the undead we've come across.
That reminds me, Jenny, are you hungry?
No.
Why not?
Well, I think I'm sustained by magic.
He is. So, there's the opportunity for us to bring into the public consciousness of Dwenholf the existence.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah.
And it's gonna look like I'm saying no, and it's gonna sound like I'm saying no, but
And
that's
that-
because I'm saying no.
Hear me out all the way. Alright. Jenny could, since it's out there now, somewhat, that undead exists and that they ravaged the city of Terra Santa, and that news is going to keep on spreading. We should, if other undead like Jenny are going to get persecuted, other undead who act like animals but still deserve to exist are going to be persecuted, and I'd like to try to change this, and I think
Do you want me to list
cooperation-
all the ways this is going to end horribly?
there's a good chance, yes, but I still want to
A
try to do
99.9% chance.
but I still want to try to do the right thing for the undead and for Jenny. So, how do we do that?
Jenny,
We could do that by having a hero, having a good undead, someone who did amazing things in Terra Santa and helped us defeat that giant monster in Gottlieb, and who's going to publicly destroy the anything that's undead in Tibasport, and who's going to do it by having Chef's body. And there's one more reason for, and this one more part of this plan. It's important. Omen, you've been maintaining a spell to control Chef, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know what happens when a necromancy spell is cast and maintained as opposed to a spell from any other type of magic?
I know that.
Occult check. I feel bad because I'm sure you've made an occult check for this very consideration before, but we're gonna.
I also mentioned it, but like it's not necessarily something we talk about that much, and it doesn't feel very different when you cast it.
You do know. You know that technically you are slowly sucking the life out of the flow of souls and keeping people from being regenerated or reincarnated.
They
Wait, what?
when
Technically, it's not like it doesn't happen anyway when other people cast necromancy, but
Jenny, is that how you're being powered?
I don't think anyone is currently casting magic.
Yes.
I think I have been given the means to devour ambient magical energy. He looks at his stomach.
What's that mean?
Undead once created are sustained by the energies that created them, and so they don't drain more energy from the flow of souls. But magic is essentially extra energy coming from the flow of souls that comes from the cycle of death and reincarnation. When a necromancy spell is cast and maintained, it seeps energy from that flow, and and that energy is lost. So
I can't imagine why people would be against this.
right,
It's almost as if people would hate zombies and the creation of zombies and say reincarnation is better and have religious outrage and want to destroy all zombies and make sure necromancy isn't widely available so this doesn't happen.
right. But
it's not why it's banned.
yes, it's banned because people tend to dislike their family members coming back to life, and because necromancy is a useful metaphor for the hubris of trying to conquer death. But
And also because the church hates anything it doesn't understand.
yes, that too.
I understand it pretty well, and I can see why the church would hate it.
I agree, there's some negative aspects, but the thing is, there's some places imbued with necromancy where undead are just born, like the Lord of the Dead, and they shouldn't be persecuted for just existing.
Lord of the Dead?
Yeah, Lord of the Dead, they're very complex, very ancient, magical, necromantic beings.
What do they do?
Mostly try to destroy. They see living creatures as abomination, just like living creatures tend to see undead as abominations. But that's not all of them. There's others like Jenny, and I'm just saying, we don't have to be on opposite sides. Just like magic doesn't have to be on an opposite side from mundane people like you. And
I'm the only one with an income here.
Of course, and you can keep that income. I'm just saying, Omen, if you keep maintaining that spell, we're technically doing something that, on the long run, will drain all of the energy from our world. But if we put Jenny's head on Chef, you don't have to maintain control over Chef anymore, because Jenny will be in control of the body.
I look to Jenny. Do you understand everything we're saying?
No.
I get what you're
Basically, he wants to put your head on another bigger, stronger body, and he wants you to be a hero, even though that will lead to probably the entire world wanting to destroy you, persecuting you, and you constantly putting yourself in constant harm and danger to earn the affection of the ignorant and stupid masses.
Which only changes one thing from his current life, is that he would be trying to get the affection of the masses. Because he's
That would
already...
also technically change the fact that I'd be really strong.
Yes.
Which is kind of
I'm
cool.
not teaching him to like get people's favors. I'm teaching him how to go under the radar so he doesn't get destroyed.
And since Jenny is our responsibility for the three of us, we should and so is Chef.
No.
I say we should either decide together or let Jenny decide if Jenny wants to have a stronger body. I do remember he mentioned he'd been implanted with the brain of a warrior, and so he had notions of tactics and if I have the right equipment, and I have the proper notes that I stole from Terra Santa, I am pretty sure I could perform this.
Yeah, and you're gonna put him on a huge ass body that gains a lot more attention.
Yes, and Chef is already gaining attention. It doesn't change much to our situation. It lowers the amount of undead that we're dragging with us by 1, and it makes the one that's very dangerous a lot smarter and able to make his own decisions.
And you think that's a good thing?
Yes.
Oh, you're
There's-
so stupid.
There's humans out there with the power that Chef has, and we let them roam around for free. We have powers like Chef does, and we're not necessarily more responsible, but we have to be, and that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying.
No, you're trying to make a martyr. For your own selfish purposes, basically. Because you want to be able to have a moral high ground and be better, and be, oh, I introduced this I introduced this magic, and I'm doing this thing because these people are a thing, and then...
I'm.
Joel,
Yes.
the idea of what you're trying to do.
What? Say again?
Making, a martyr, or someone who, people can look to and think, hey, the supernatural isn't bad. There's...
You're cutting off a lot of the time.
Oh. Okay, that might be my connection.
I think it's like the level at which your mic works, or maybe there's like a delay between when you start talking and when it starts to pick it up.
Okay, how about now? Is that
Yeah, that's
better?
yeah, that's good.
Okay, yeah. The idea of what you're trying to do, trying to show people that not all magic and not all supernatural things are bad. Right way
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, and you know how you would do a better chance of doing that? By using your magic to kill bad guys or heal people. Not having zombies around.
Right. I understand. The reason I'm not doing that necessarily is twofold. The fact that we have to maintain a problematic spell to control Chef, and the fact that, what was the other reason? I forgot. Sorry, old age. Right. I don't trust myself with being a hero anymore. I've done things before I met you that I regret. Done experiments that weren't the best, but here I will make an extra effort to try to ensure everyone's security.
So fucking selfish. But anyways, what do I get? Anyway, all right, fine. Then let's get down to the nitty gritty. What do I get in exchange for giving up a manservant and at least stop arguing with you about this foolishness?
Not doing this.
We're not doing this?
Not.
Okay.
Starters, I understand that keeping the spell active is...
Oh, you're cutting off again. Sorry.
Okay.
I heard you say okay, and then it cut off again.
One, two, three.
Yep, it's
Yep.
working.
Okay.
So what do I get?
I forgot what I was saying.
You said we're not doing this. And
I did.
You get why I have a problem with the spell we're maintaining.
I understand why, but that's what's keeping Chef alive at the moment, and well, and you're saying you want to Jenny's head on Chef. Do you think that undead are, their own, all should be killed?
That's fair. I was actually looking into the schematics to try to merge what little mind Chef has in terms of combat abilities with Jenny, so that they wouldn't. Neither of them would cease to exist.
What are you talking about? Chef is mindless.
No, Chef has the mind of has a mind comparable to that of an animal, but an animal who's very good at fighting.
Something now. That's it. But the thing is, you want to do all this and sort of hero because you don't think you can be one?
It's the same reason why I've been trying to help this group instead of going on my own with it. I'm trying to help others be what I can't be. That's all.
We're not heroes either, and I'm not going to speak for Gina's, but
I know I'm not a hero. What are you talking about?
We did something great in Terra Santa. We did something great in Gottlieb. We saved people.
I was in it for the money.
I didn't do it just for the good of it either.
Well, I guess I have to keep being with you to make sure that we get there eventually.
Anyways, what do I get in turn? What do I get in turn for giving up my manservant?
Owen said we're not doing this. That's two people who voted against me, and I suppose Jenny should get a vote as well. But
Jenny, do you want to be
I'm not sure what I suggested was a good idea. I just wanted to say that present the problems we're faced with and try to find a solution to. Yeah.
Jenny, do you want to be stuck on Chef's body?
The way you say it, I don't know. I think I would like to be taller and stronger because I could do more things. A greater variety of things would lead to a greater variety of discoveries.
But what's in it for me? Jenny, could you make me more money if you were taller and stronger?
Probably by taking people's money, but I don't think that's what we should do. I mean, like by force, like you were saying, that if people see me and I punch them in the face and then I take their money, then they're gonna tell law enforcement.
Would you be an effective bodyguard?
Right now, or if I had a giant body?
If you had a giant body.
I mean, probably. Chef, he looks pretty strong.
I'll do it, but only if Omen gives up custody of Chef's body to me. Because Jenny has the brain, and Jenny's still technically my bodyguard manservant.
And then we'd have to, if we go with this plan, Omen would have to relinquish the spell to control Chef. So technically, Jenny would be in control.
And Jenny, you'd still listen to me, right?
I mean, yes. I listen to pretty much anybody.
Jenny, you mainly listen to me.
Yes.
Good. Alright then, do it.
One more question, Joel, for that.
Yes.
What exactly do you get out of increasing the public's attitude towards undead like this?
Duh, he has a guilt
Like making a
complex.
hero from one.
Duh, he has a guilt complex and he's doing it for the selfish reasons of wanting to be morally superior and to do a good, so... I've seen it before in the overly optimistic and the naive, so...
I suppose Genus is phrasing it in a very down-to-earth way, but I am trying to do the right thing, and I don't think undead deserve to be treated the way they're going to be treated after Terra Santa.
You mean the ones that tore people apart and ate them and generally killed a lot of people and take undead souls to being sacrificed to be made? Because that's usually how zombies are made.
Those creatures were made and controlled by Black Sun, and Black Sun, we're going to keep on hunting them and punishing them, but undead like Jenny shouldn't have to suffer from it.
You said Jenny was a rare anomaly.
Yes, but there's more, and there's others, and there's undead that are born naturally with their own consciousnesses, and we don't meet that many of them, but that's because they're automatically destroyed every chance like people get. There would be a lot more of them. Some of them with knowledge from ages past. If we hadn't been this reluctant to accept things that are different from us, and I want to change that attitude, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Good luck. Jenny's gonna die a martyr with no success, I say before I stand up. Anyways, you get to work on that. I got business, I say as I move to leave the room.
I'm probably going to need equipment from the lab in Tibus Port before I can do this operation anyways, so...
Fine. Jenny, come on. We got work to do.
Where are we going?
We got work to do.
Okay.
Wait, we didn't hear Omen's response.
I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. I think I'm outvoted, but...
Okay, great. Come on, Jenny.
Where are we going?
We're going out to handle some business.
Okay.
Yeah, you got your sword?
Oh, no, hold on, I'll get my sword.
One last thing. I think I could replicate that effect. And it would be very doable. There is an ancient sword called Necrom that is known for being very cursed, but it has another property that is of particular interest here. It allows undead to use key abilities, and that is usually seen as something very heroic, very flashy, very hero. If I could make an artifact that had a similar property for our friend here, and we could get him trained either by going to Shivat or Lanet, it would augment the general aesthetic that we're going for. But that's just a suggestion for the long term.
This is your pet project. I got work to do. I say as I step out with Jenny.
Alright. Have a nice day.
You and Jenny head outside. Jenny has his sword and his chair shield.
Yeah. I look around suddenly. I look around suddenly to see if the guy with the knives is still around. But in a way,
There's somebody with knives, and you vaguely remember them? You remember watching the performance with these Harlequins dance around a big fire right before they started talking to you about the fact that there was a guy with 12,000 gold coins or 1,200 gold coins? And
the ones that tried to reach out and take my hand.
Yes, and then you ran away.
I sigh and I murmur to Jenny, "You see the guy over there with the knives?
Sorta.
Yeah, he might be a problem. Come on, just
Okay.
follow me. Yeah."
Yeah.
I say, "We're gonna go into the tent, roundabout section."
Oh, just sort of like go into a random tent or going into a specific.
No, just go into the area with all the performers and tents and stuff.
Okay. You
I'll
go
wait
into
for.
the area.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
The
And I
same
keep-
square. Huh?
and I keep checking over my shoulder to see if he's following.
Make a search check. By the way, the area that you had walked through, the performance area, there are still, of course, festivities being had. However, ooh, fumble, roll the D100 again.
Don't I? And why doesn't luck happen? Oh.
You need to roll a 3 for good luck to happen. Or sadly, no, that's good. The really low fumble rate. That means you just didn't see him. Nothing else bad happens. However, the pyramid that they had set the fire around the fire is currently out of use. There are like people around it. There are like some people just sort of sitting on it, using it sort
Say
of.
again. Say
Sorry.
again.
In the performance area, there are lots of other performers doing other things. The Harlequin Act is gone. However, the sort of wooden platform they had set up around the fire is still there, but not in use. There are like a couple of people just sitting on it. There are people lounging around it. They're talking, moving between performances and areas of interest.
I mill about the pillar thing and see if there's anything interesting about it.
You look about. It does not seem to be. Take another search check. You don't find anything particularly interesting about this place. As you move towards the center, you can sort of peek down and see that there is sort of like a crawl space underneath. It sort of must be supported by poles or pillars underneath it instead of just free or lit, like being a solid block all the way around. Performers here, though, have all sorts of tricks and things to pull one over on people who are watching.
Go from performance to performance, and I'll check again to see if the guy is following.
Right, one more search check.
121 flat. Yeah.
Nope, that's not what I meant to say. Yes, they are following. In fact, as you turn around to look, they are standing a mere foot from you.
Hello.
Hello. A like sort of very light and breezy voice emerges from within the mask. It's oddly not very muffled, and it's also obviously a woman. Just, what's your name?
Anna.
That's not your name. What's your name?
What makes you say that? What makes you say it's not my name?
You see their heads slowly tilt, the bells sort of like sliding over their shoulder and ringing on their like hat that's all springy and covered in bells and swatches of fabric. I don't know. But you're very familiar, and I don't know an Anna.
Why would I be familiar? Why would I be familiar to you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, then who are you?
My name is Carolyn.
That really your name?
It's as my name as Anna is yours.
I snort. Fair enough. But yeah, I ran past your act earlier, and I didn't want to be a part of it. That's where you saw me from before.
No. I leapt at you and extended my hand, not because you were somebody random in the crowd, but because I recognized you.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, me too. Who are you?
Someone passing through.
Everyone here is someone passing through.
Mm-hmm. And my business is my own. What's it to you?
They swap their head the other way, making another loud jingling with their hat. I suppose you're right. But whatever it is, this familiarity, I don't know. I kinda hate it. Have you ever felt like that?
Hard to say. I say as I gaze away. I gaze away.
Make a notice check.
Great.
All right, make a dodge roll.
Danger sense?
Yes. Oh no, you're right. Okay. They quickly reach into their bag, pull up a dagger, and thrust it at you. But your danger sense goes off not at all.
What the fuck?
How do you react?
Dodge.
You notice them attacking. It's not that they that you could not see them attacking, but for some reason when they try to stab at you, your danger sense doesn't go off. So you dodge back. You slide a full 5 feet out of the way, only to realize that they had paused the dagger midair before ever striking you. Say,
Well, that explains it. I mutter under my breath.
yes. You can trust your danger sense. And they slowly put the dagger back into their bag. And they say, I'm watching you.
Any particular reason why? I say, sounding annoyed.
Just don't touch anything. Okay?
You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
While you're here, don't touch anything.
Ugh.
They give you a little wave and sort of strafe around you in a semicircle before they just start backing away.
We're going back to the inn, Jenny.
You head back to the inn. You don't see the Harlequin reappear for the rest of your walk on the way back. They just seem to be gone. However, quick mention, are you going to wait till the morning to go see the blacksmith?
Yes.
Okay, you go back to the inn. Jenny's like, that was weird.
Tell me about it. I need to remember. I need to remember to trust. I need to remember my danger sense is on point.
Do you know them?
I didn't even see their face, and I certainly didn't recognize their voice.
Okay, I thought you might have. I don't know them either.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't think I like it either.
Yeah, trust me, Jenny. When someone knows you but you don't know them, it's not something that you should like.
Well, they did know your name.
And I rarely give out my real name. In both senses, I mutter under my breath.
Is Janice your real name?
Yes.
Ha 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 ha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back to the inn. Are you just going to bed?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Are Jorl and Omen also going to bed?
Yep.
All right. Everybody goes to bed. You sleep comfortably with the sense that there are many armed guards standing around this building with the sole purpose of protecting you. You also sleep well because you could be stuffed full of food at any point during the night because of how much you paid to get these rooms.
Yeah, and I gave him the best room.
Yes, the best room. It has all the things. You can have all the wine. And come morning, you can already hear that during the day things aren't quite as robust and loud and crazy outside, which might be a benefit to those who drank too much. However, your rooms are paid for, or your rooms are due to be either renewed or not, and you can proceed how you'd like.
I say we continue to dipper sport.
Oh,
I've still
one
got to
more
meet a
thing.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Before I would have left Mrs. room last night,
Yes.
Joel's, left him the bell with a message, just a happy birthday message on it.
Oh. Alright, you have this little pretty blue cat bell. Occult check. Joel. I'm sure you're gonna make it. Okay.
Does it have anything to do with religion? Because I get a plus 50 if it does.
I don't believe it does.
Okay.
However, you're like bedding down before you realize, or before you notice this thing that she left for you at your door, and you nearly choke before realizing that there are some key differences between this and the illustrious legendary artifact that Nico Sumi had and used to sneak into places.
Right.
It is still a magical artifact, though. You can vaguely tell that because Idarid can sense it from her tree self.
Nice. That is fascinating. Oh, the craftsmanship is really good. Huh.
It is very nice.
Did he get that? Did she get that from the tent? Oh, I should have asked if they had more things in the back. What does the note say?
Happy birthday
All right.
message. So it's like
You could
bit
make it all
shiny,
flowy if
like-
you want to. And magic.
word art and like
Okay.
By the way, you're gonna be able to magic that up right away. Let me go get. As I remember, it is the exact. You're gonna be able to figure out exactly what it does right the heck away.
Mm-hmm.
It
Is it-
has
it-
the exact. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
It has the exact same effect. However, the magic resistance is only 80, and it lasts for 1 round. For every 10 points of failure.
Okay. Instead of 1 day for
Yes,
him.
instead of 1 day.
Okay, still very good. Can I know the amount of PowerPoints?
I believe it is 200 level 2.
Okay. Thank you. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Joel would have had like a very happy and excited reaction if Omen had been nearby, but since there's nobody here, it's more like I have a bunch of magical artifacts on me. I'm not gonna draw too much attention to myself, so I go back to my
I'm
room.
gonna dance around. Okay.
But when we leave the inn and head off to wait for Genius's appointment, I'm going to go to him and say, there was something in front of my door last night, and I'm not sure. I'm not absolutely sure, but I feel like the handwriting was yours. Did you get me cat bell.
A bell?
Yes.
Know what you're talking about?
Well, whoever got this for me, I am extremely thankful for this piece of history, and I'm really glad that I have friends who would do this for me.
I'm sure whoever got it for you is happy to hear you say that.
So tsundere.
Alright. Well, onwards to Genus's appointment.
Yeah.
Genus.
I'm still bothered by whatever what's her name said last night. So
So are you actually leaving to go and see the Smith?
yeah, but along the way, I'm gonna take the charm that Gerald got for me, and I'm gonna attach it to some random horse when the owner isn't looking.
Oh, okay. Sleight of hand check. Well, or theft check rather.
Stealth,
Theft.
theft.
Yes.
It's a reverse thieving.
It is reverse thieving, which also uses theft.
Ugh.
Sort of like running backwards also takes athletics. Oh, but that's still very good.
Say again.
That's also very good. They don't notice. You like slide it in like neatly into the barding. It has this little tie. You sort of tie it to one bit, and the horse looks around a little bit, but the owner doesn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
Later tonight, the horse will be digging through their sacks of gold and throwing them all over the place.
Yeah. All right, but
Yes, it happened this time too.
yeah. I go along to my appointment with the guy, and I take Jenny along too.
Okay, Jenny's here. He has a sword and wooden shield.
Yep.
The smithy is actually it's still at work, but the main gentleman isn't in front, and in fact, it seems like most of his workers aren't here. There's just two at the front, and the shop is largely closed. However, as you walk up,
Oh,
no
fuck
one
me.
recognizes you.
Jenny, stay around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave him makeup and he has his hood up, but still, he doesn't have a nose, and that's pretty recognizable. So.
Yeah, you need to get him a fake wooden nose or something. Anyways, you walk up, and there's a younger man than the last. He's got very like wiry arms, but there's like no fat on him. He looks like he's still working.
Around the
he still
corner.
does a lot of work.
What?
I was just saying that there is a gentleman up front who's just this very wiry, very
Yeah.
tan gentleman. He's hammering away at something, and he looks at you and says, "Sorry, shop's closed in the daytime. Do you have an order to pick up?"
That's strange. I could have sworn. That's strange. I could have sworn when I saw it. I saw it yesterday. Was hustling and bustling, about the same time.
Persuasion check. No, it's not in the early mornings, definitely.
$133 persuasion.
At least I wasn't working. He sort of looks over his shoulder at the other guy. He's like, I wasn't either. Maybe there wasn't anything big happening yesterday. Anyways,
I could have sworn there was a man here, and I described the guy who I dealt with yesterday, but made it seem like he was at the shop.
oh yes. Oh well, he's certainly still here. That's Raynor. Do you want to speak with him?
Yes, please.
He's he usually takes his rest at this time of day. Is there anything of importance you have to discuss with him?
Yes, actually.
They wait patiently for you to describe.
It's a private matter.
One more persuasion check. That one's less good. They say, I mean, if there's something we can get you, we'd be happy to, but
You need to get me Rainer. And I say, I take out a silver piece and I toss it onto the table.
they look down at that silver piece and then look up to you slowly. One of them smiling a little. Well, that's not bad, but Rainer doesn't really wake up for more than a couple golds.
Yeah. I take out 4 more pieces of silver. You can get more if you actually get me Rainer.
Lady, I'm gonna have to ask you to either tell us what you need besides Rainer, or come back in a few hours when he's awake.
I roll my eyes and take out a gold piece then.
Hmm.
Then another gold piece.
All right. I'll go see him.
Then give me my 5 silver back, you bastards.
Have your 5 silver, and I'll take the 2 gold pieces. And he'll walk into the back. That's really expensive. Really expensive meeting with a blacksmith. However, soon, a gentleman, this time like fully clothed, not in incredibly fine, but obviously very comfortable outfit, steps out from the back of the forge and he says, hey, who are you?
I'm here on business. I'm here on business on behalf of the person that came in yesterday. You know, the one with the special metal bars.
Ah, you work for them.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Persuasion check. Sorry for making you persuade so many people with different things.
Oh, come on!
Oh no, it progressively gets worse. Anyway, he says, if you're entirely honest, I've looked at the ore and I've completely forgotten who gave this to me. Anyways, if you're working for them, what do you need? Do you need something made out of it?
I thought she was trying to sell to you.
Yes. All right. In that case, she had like 20 of them, didn't she?
She gave you 1, and she had 27 left.
Yes. Well, they're very decent quality materials. I probably wouldn't want to discuss too much of it not face to face with her, but I can tell you that I will definitely pay if she's willing to donate them all, or if she's willing to give them all to me.
How much?
Well, I would like to say 200 gold for the lot.
Me appraisal check?
Appraisal check.
Now I open roll.
Yes.
Fucking asshole.
Well, you can keep open rolling. However, I'm going to say you still don't quite know how good this metal is.
Mm-hmm.
But you can gauge it from like high quality other materials, like black steel and some stuff like that. You could sort of piece it together and say that it's definitely a good price for some high quality metal. You don't know if it's a good price for this metal in particular, but yeah, if we're talking black steel equipment, or even like some of the more fancy ingredients to make some of the even higher end metals, this is a pretty good price. It's not selling price, it's not like market price, it's pawning price though.
Okay. I seem to think it over and I give a nod. Give me a couple of minutes then to go get her and her companion that you saw her with yesterday.
All right.
Yep.
Very good.
I leave the shop and go around the corner with Jenny in the box. We wait a couple minutes and then we walk in.
Okay. Both of them look over at you, or they're like, the gentleman is just sitting there in front, and they're talking to each other quietly. They have stopped smithing, and when you show up, they look at you and they say, Hello. Oh, you! And they point to Jenny. Ah, you must be here for the ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Indeed, because Jenny's carrying the box with everything.
And you there, I assume you are the fine young woman who we talked to yesterday.
Yes, my other servant. I sent my other servant down here to check on things. So I'm glad you were able to make time for me.
Good. Yes. And they like look at each other, and there's like this. You can just faintly see the relief pass through them. All right. Anyways, do you have the medal?
Yeah. I motioned for Jenny to set the box down.
Okay. They gesture to it, asking if they can look through it.
And I go ahead.
They open the box. They go through things. She just,
No, it's actually a very specific thing. A thing that helps me. That helps me.
They count out to all 20. They line them up in front of the forge, and they say, "All right."
It's 27 on top of the one I gave them.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah,
we were
27.
told 20, but we will pay for more.
Yeah. Well, I need you to outfit my. I did say yesterday I needed you to outfit my companion with good equipment too, so you can just take it. You can take it out of the total before paying me in money.
All right, now this will definitely cover a sturdy shield. Let me see. Actually, myself, if it'll cover a finer one. No, not zombie shield. It's a technically zombie shield. Oh, it froze my book. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking for the price of a +5 shield. That'll be... okay. Sadly, it will not cover a very fancy shield, but they have a sturdy one here that they would happily trade for you. And
What else do they have in the shop?
Oh, they actually have like a number of like fine weapons and stuff. They have largely bladed weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a couple of shields that actually have like a metal, a wooden circle in the center that has been sort of taken out, and then to the side they have a number of little emblems that can be twisted and locked in that they can make. It's just another service they have. They can sort of engrave anything or make anything customized or pretty or however you want to do it.
No, I don't want anything distinctive. I looked to Jenny and I motioned to him. Pick out what you want. Just nothing distinctive.
Distinctive. He walks slowly through the.
I explain. Distinctive means something easily identifiable, like a lion head or something.
Okay. He peers through things and reaches down and picks up what appears to be a pretty standard like wooden shield with metal strappings on it. And the gentleman immediately says, "Oh, I have to repair the handle on that. It'll just take like 20 minutes.
We'll pay you for the work."
Well, if you're paying me for the work, that's a relatively cheap shield in that case, so don't worry about it. All right. And if you give them 20 minutes, they'll fix up the handle and give you a solid steel shield.
Anything else, Jenny?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that looks really interesting that I'd like to look at for a long time. But I think it's pretty distinct.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. I think about. I look over. What else does he have in the shop, like blade-wise?
He has all blades from daggers to short blades to long blades to even a couple two-handed swords near the back. They're very large though, and they are kept locked to the wall. So anything, there are a couple like katanas, like on one of the racks in the back. However, those he will specify that he did not make those. They were sent here and sold to him from someone coming from Lanet.
Which one's the best katana?
He's making an appraisal check on the katana. You look through the katanas. They all look pretty good, and you know because you've traded through here, you've sold things. Katanas generally are just more expensive than most swords. Though they don't necessarily function any better than your standard longsword, they apparently take a lot more work to make or something.
Which one Which one looks like the fanciest one?
The fanciest one will definitely be the one at the very end on the top of the rack. Most of them are simply like just standard swords in black or brown like leather sheaths. This one, however, you're allowed to slide it out, and it has a little bit of like wave engraving along the base of the hilt. The cross guard is sort of unique and customized to have this watery effect.
How much? I look at him. How much does this go for usually?
Well, those things are kind of a commodity on the mainland. That one there's about 100 gold pieces.
The shield, and the shield, and then like pay me the rest in money for the ingots, please.
All right. In that case, you leave there with a pretty nice, kind of artistically made katana.
Well, I make sure it's wrapped. I make sure the katana's wrapped up so that no one can really see it. So.
Okay, they'll give you something for that for free. You get a sturdy shield and 150 gold pieces.
Nice.
They say thank you, and then just as sort of like an ending statement as you're walking away, the Rainer says, sorry for all the trouble, by the way.
Not a problem, huh? Not a problem. A pleasure doing business with you, I say as I leave the shop with Jenny.
Okay. You're good?
Yep. I head back to the inn.
So,
back at the inn.
What is it that you were doing? Sorry for interrupting. I didn't realize you were starting a sentence.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm not. Go ahead.
So,
making
Genius,
Huh?
What were you...
Making a last bit of money and getting something for Jenny. I say as I point to the shield.
Yep.
He picked that out. He picked that out himself.
Huh, nice. When you say making some money, do you mean taking it from someone, or?
What? Say again?
When you say making some money, did you mean taking it from someone, or?
I sold those ingots we found.
Well. Alright.
Don't you still have the 4 or 6 I snuck into your pockets anyway?
Oh! Do I?
You never really said that you took them out, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Did you, Omen? Because I snuck in like 6 and you didn't notice anything.
Yeah, Omen specifically did say she was pulling them out.
Alright, so I have 3 ingots.
I thought you had 3 ingots in each pocket.
Well, didn't I sneak in 4 and then you caught me?
Yeah.
So I've got how many in total now?
Well, we'll say 4, because I know that she put an even amount in both pockets, and that was the thing. Oh yeah, that was the first time she reverse pickpocketed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Valuable things in your pockets.
Well, you wouldn't agree to be a pack mule to carry valuable shit. You guys have no head for making money. I say as I get into the cart.
I get into the cart as well, and I look at it, and I'm just not gonna mention that Gabriel just acquired the power to make objects out of raw materials, and that I could have done great stuff out of the other ingots. I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
Alright.
Next time you want to make money off of us, or have us help you, you should maybe fill us in on what you want us to do first.
I did ask, and Jorl said no.
To carrying it?
Yeah, the ingots. I asked you guys. Yeah, you said no, Jorl.
I didn't.
Well, I assumed you said no too. I'm basically the only one that makes an income while you two fart about trying to save the world and shit, so...
Alright, onwards to saving the world. Yeah!
Saving the world. All right, the rest of you can continue out of Mudas de Gravitas. Pretty easy place to leave. There's no gates or walls or anything.
By the way,
However-
I look around for the Harlequin, too.
Make a search check.
156.
156.
Flat.
Oh, there it is. I was gonna say. All right, you look back at the. You get to the bridge, and you look back at the fading tents and colorful shapes of the circus, and nope, you don't see her. You look back towards the front of the road, and then glance back just one more time, just in time to see that the white-clad figure standing at the very exit, the road you just rolled out of, at the other end of the bridge, watching you.
White-clad figure?
Yeah, the Harlequin was dressed in an entirely white suit with a bunch of crossing stripes and patterns and things.
Yeah. I grumble as I look back to the road ahead.
And you are off. The road to Tebas Port. Are you pushing it or just walking?
Just walking.
Okay.
I think.
You know, for someone who were so worried about the Inquisition, you're not making haste.
No, I'm not. Because if we meet them out on the road, there's less likely to be side casualties than if we meet them in a town, because they declare that any life lost in their battles is a sacrifice that goes directly to heaven, and I don't believe in heaven anymore.
Well, gonna be honest, I'd rather not meet them all.
That's fair, but by now they'll know which direction we're headed, and since we're keeping in the same direction, there's a chance they'll catch up. But if we're discreet in Tibasport for once, they might lose our track.
You know, you're asking a lot of Omen, right?
And of all of us, I mean, I'm pretty sure people.
You don't even know like 75% of the things I do when we get to town.
Yes, and I'm sure other people do, but
not really.
Anyways,
can you at least wait until the port until you start arguing this time?
Alright. But I'll let you know, we're never going to be very, very discreet with a tree poking out of our cart. And that's my fault. But that's how we have to travel.
Genus reaches up and grabs an apple to start eating.
Those are Iterads, babies.
I look straight at the tree as I slowly eat it.
No. I don't think Iterad actually cares if you eat the apple.
Yeah.
Speaking of Iterad, though, it takes 5 days for you to get to Tebas Port.
Yes!
And during those 5 days, you're just sitting there, watching the endless marshy fields, thinking about how repetitive and gross they're starting to look. And then there's like this creaking, splintering, well, not splintering, but a creaking, straining wood sound from behind you as Iterad just slowly falls out of the tree forward and stumbles and catches herself in the cart.
I was thinking that like
I'm sorry, you could totally describe how that works. So.
I was thinking that like one of the branches starts to creak and like become heavier as like an enormous flower comes out of it and just like blooms, and Idarid's new body comes out of that.
Well, you took your fucking sweet time, I say to Idarid.
Oh, it's Idarid.
Yes, well, I was dead, so...
Well, you weren't that dead.
It is good to be back among the living.
So, where were you exactly? Were you just, like, in the tree?
I'm a tree spirit, so I exist as a spiritual extension of this apple tree that we move around, and as I'm linked to it, as long as as long as it survives, I can go back to. I can
I
exist again.
I reach up to the tree and snap off a twig.
Ow!
And
Don't do that. You can eat my apples, just don't. It's uncomfortable enough having Chef and his giant necromantic weapon so close to the tree all the time. I don't want to have. Look at that branch. The branch that's pointing towards where Chef is always sitting. It's dying, and I'm telling you, it's because of him.
Well, it's not my fault it's happening. Oh, by the way, this is Jenny. He's our zombie manservant now.
Yes.
Hello, tree lady.
Yes, I was noticing things through Joel's eyes.
But by the way, do you think
Jenny slowly reaches out his gross real zombie hand.
to shake hands?
Charmed, I'm sure.
By the way, do you agree with me that Joral's idea for a zombie martyr is stupid?
I think Joel still hasn't quite learned from his lessons of messing with forces he doesn't fully understand, but he says he understands the Necronomicon better than his last horrible attempt to change humanity's fate, so...
Tell us about that.
So like, you can see Joel, who's in front, who's like... who starts coughing very loudly, and Idared says, Joel tried to awaken an ancient power that, in the hopes that it would make humanity better, and it turned out to be a very destructive power, and lots of people had to die to prevent that from spreading. And we've been tracking down and blaming Black Sun ever since, but
It was really his fault.
well, like Joel turns around and says, I did this, yes. I did this while working for Black Sun, and they didn't tell us everything that they knew about the machine, but it is still my fault, and it is what I must atone for. You have probably heard of the events. It's, back then I was called Octavius of the Thousand Beasts.
Not really.
I have 1 point of fame, and we mentioned it back in the first couple of episodes.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I think we did.
yeah,
There were a couple of mentions in the first few episodes.
I don't remember anything.
Basically, I'm known for having summoned beasts that massacred an entire village. But what the rumors don't say is that those people were already controlled by the machine. But I was also the person who tried to upgrade them with the machine. So it's my fault, and that's why I'm trying to atone and keep trying to make the world a better place, mostly by being a support, because I don't trust myself to do things and to make decisions very well.
Genus and Omen can make history checks to see exactly how much they know. If they have history at all.
That's a fair bit of that.
Wow, Omen. Okay. Very good. Omen, you know of the events that conspired there, and you do know that the name tossed around was Octavius, Master of the Thousand Beasts. You know that. I don't know how you know quite so much about this. I know it was a big event, but you know just slightly beyond just the bare scope of it. You know that he's the name everyone throws out as the cause, as the murderer. However, You know, just like a little bit on the side, like there are a couple of other reports that say otherwise, so you have like just enough to know that there is a doubt to that. There is like some vague speculation of that.
Of course, when I tried to confront Black Sun about these events, well, they had me. They did try to kill me, and they succeeded for a full minute because they murdered all of the familiars I had back then. And well, when you kill someone's familiar, they can feel that pain, and if you do that with a lot of familiars at once, or if you do it very efficiently with a few familiars, it can kill the person who's connected to them. And I did die, but Idarid was there, and she revived me. And Gabriel, she was a companion of mine with Black Sun, and she was partially transformed by the machine, but she managed to transform herself into a magical creature before she became fully part of the machine. So we kept going together, and both of them became my familiars after that. That's all there is to know about me and why I'm reluctant to meddle with certain powers, and why I really, really want to hurt Black Sun to get Black Sun where it hurts most.
Yeah, this explains a bit.
I never knew
it's a
about
machine, though.
Oh, it's an ancient power. It's dormant. It's an artificial being, a hive mind composed of metallic components that's able to connect to humans and some dark elves and make them part of them, make them part of this group mind, and it makes their body stronger and healthier. And I thought I could make people better without their mind being overtaken, but I was wrong. And yes, that's the gist of it. Fortunately for us, the biggest components of the machine lie dormant, and it's very hard to awaken them. So the world isn't that much at risk of those things unless somebody makes foolish experiments and wakes them up. But that's why Gabriel has some mechanical parts. It's the modifications of the machine. There's also a theory that all psychic powers come from the machine, but it's a complicated subject and no one's really sure. No one really has any proof, but that's all I know.
So, I don't.
Hmm?
How many people did you kill exactly? Oh, sorry, not you.
Well, me and my beast had to take care of an entire village in Alberia, and I don't know the exact number, but lots of people had started being transformed into components of the machine after I had tried to upgrade just a few.
Finally, god damn it.
It's
Alright.
It's a lot of people.
What'd I miss?
How long have you been gone?
Like, since at the end of the story about Jorl being famous?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know why he's famous.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. No, my
Not much
internet
then, just
decided
a
to
few
totally...
questions.
Yeah, my
Oh, we
internet
also explained what the machine was.
Yeah, like I explained, like the lore behind like the machine, but I don't think it's going to be that important in the campaign. And if it is, I'll probably have to re-explain it anyways because Gina's has bad memory. So
I actually have good memory, but this isn't anything important, so.
Nothing at all.
Are we there yet?
You
Also,
don't
but-
care all about that?
No, I just not really. I mean, it's like it happened, and Jarl hasn't learned his lesson that it's a futile and fruitless effort to try and improve humanity through improve humanity. I say as I reach up and take another apple from Idrid's tree.
I'm taking more precautions now.
You can take all the precautions you want. Well, shit happens. Shit happens. People are shitty. Life is shitty. The only thing you can do is ensure your own happiness, basically. And trying to and I mean, like, you don't see animals in nature try to improve things by like summoning a fucking god to like make their species super intelligent or everything. That's why beings with any higher brain power are suck and are stupid most of the time, and why things are generally terrible. So.
Well, I choose to believe that each generation can learn from mistakes of the previous one and do better.
And I've learned nothing from you. I say as I take a bite into an apple.
Well, hopefully Jenny learns from us and represents this new generation that will do...
Jenny, have you learned anything?
I know some things. Like, he raises his hand. I shake hands now.
Brilliant. I say brilliant. I say as I take another bite of apple.
I don't really know what to feel about this, Joel, but I know it'd be Octavius or down that goes, but as I know Joel is a good guy.
You know Jarl for what?
I know he's a good person.
Yeah. What's that saying? How's that saying go? Hell's paved with the good intentions.
You always
It's not
have
dead
something
yet.
nice to say, and you always do, Genus. Thank you.
It's not just because I'm cynical. It's because I also hate you. I hate you and your stupid views. I say as I take another bite of apple.
Well, I'll get you to change your mind eventually.
You're gonna die before that happens. I'm surprised you're not dead already.
Well, if I do, I'll have died trying my best to convince someone of the inherent goodness in people.
Good luck. I say before I chuck the apple core out the cart.
Alright. And then I can see Gina's Tivasport in the distance.
In the distance. And you can also see the vast ocean, and the ocean to which there is no end. Supposedly.
Supposedly.
I don't think anyone's ever tried to sail from Tibasport and circumnavigate the world. Like some other places, yeah, but not Tibasport. That's a bad place to try. Tibasport, you can immediately tell. Oh, by the way, there's one thing I wanted to say while you were on the trail, and that is just that twice while you were on this road, you have seen men going both ways on horseback, and they seem to be generally like official-looking men, moving very fast. Obviously pushing their horses to the limit. And as you get to Tibasport, you are greeted immediately by the sight of countless civilians. Oh wow, hold on a minute, I need to turn this around. No I don't. Pop.
Civilians?
Civilians, yes. Huddled masses around the northern entrances to the city. You can see the walls far beyond, but Tibasport seems to largely spill out into the fields and into the marshes. Hundreds of little buildings, wooden structures, things that must be temporary or either falling apart, scattered throughout the outskirts of this town.
Must be the refugees from Terra Santa, or wherever.
You may very well be right. There are many huddled and poor on these roads, many without proper shelter or food.
I searched the crowds for anyone familiar.
Search check.
Well,
That's a pretty
I
good
also want
search.
to do that.
Looking around.
I hope they're not searching for us.
Well, there are many people who look up towards you and think that you are just travelers in a cart with no obvious guards on the outside. As you start to roll in, people start to get a little bit brave, coming up to the side of the cart and asking if you have anything to spare. It isn't very long before you are being flanked by 8 or 9 people on each side. Who just seem to be clamoring and asking if you have anything for any food or money to spare.
I pick up Gerald's gold cane and I chuck it in the opposite direction.
Wait, no!
Go
That
get
thing-
It's real gold.
Venus.
You actually chuck that staff?
Yeah.
Gerald, do you want to make an opposed not letting
Yes.
the... Okay.
Please.
You must make an attack roll, Genus.
Okay.
I'm surprised. And
Yes.
let's see, dodge.
Dodge. You can use a shield defense if you have one.
No.
207
Oh wait, no,
beat
yeah, I do have a shield defense. Yes.
I thought you had Gabriel's shield.
Yes.
Beat a 207, old man.
I was gonna give you a new magic shield, but now I'm not.
I don't use shields.
Yeah, it would have allowed you to go full attack more often.
I say as I chuck the shield and chuck the cane in. Oh, you open roll, motherfucker!
Oh my gosh, you did. Now, he has negative 90, so technically he's still some below you, but
Okay.
I use absorption, so...
Plus 186. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
No,
that's the total with the minus 100 of being surprised.
Jeez. Okay, so you snag this staff and immediately, like, Joral's just, like, instinctively pulling it back, Gabriel's eye snaps down and your hand is repelled.
You said it caused too much attention anyway.
Okay, you're not allowed to complain about us wasting money anymore.
You wasted money on a gold cane that doesn't do shit.
It does a lot of things.
Like, Joral's sort of, like, clutching the cane to him now.
Fine, I start taking apples off Iterit's tree and chucking them into the crowd.
Iterit's gonna help you out with that.
Yes. Iterid probably doesn't have a lot of apples left just because Genus has been eating them like an apple hound the entire time.
Yes, but I can use magic to make the tree grow more.
You can do that.
And yeah.
That reminds me, how much of our supplies do we have left from when I bought that a huge amount from that zombie city with the zombie tree?
The zombie city with the zombie tree?
Yeah, the fishing city. How much of those supplies do I have left? Because I bought a lot.
You did buy a lot. Let's see. It has been 26 days, and one of those days you didn't eat. You didn't need it because you bought the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and I will take off. You have used 18 days of food.
And how many days of food do we have left?
Did you write that down on your...
No.
Ah. I'm pretty sure I said that, like, you have about... I thought, like I said, you did have a lot. Like, you had several weeks of food. So...
Whatever. We just chuck the rest over the side to the people. Let them fight over it. Whatever's left, we throw over the side with the apples.
Okay. Now...
I don't think I'll need to do a lot more efforts to convince Genus of the inherent goodness of people. In fact, I think just looking in a mirror will suffice.
No, this is where people steal shit.
I was gonna say, the people are like leaping for these things that you're throwing just sort of haphazardly into the crowd, and you actually, it does draw attention away from you in a sense that the people around you are now going backwards. However, more people then come from the surrounding crowds, And in the background, you can like peer around and see that a couple of fights have broken out over bits of food that you've left behind.
And that's how we're gonna get into the city. I say as I dust my hands off.
Oh, I'm from Dawnhof 2, Genus, and I know if people recognize you after you do shit like this, and they'll want more.
They won't recognize me. They'll recognize you guys. And you guys love helping people, don't you? I say as I hide behind the tree and flip my cloak over so it's a different color, and then like come back out.
They seem to like. There's still some people like moving behind you, and as Genus comes back out and say, they have been very kind to us. Do you have anything to offer? Like asking you as though you've not just been here.
Nope, that was the other. No, the other the generous woman with us is taking a nap right now, and she cannot be bothered anymore. Go away.
As you actually make it through all of this, it seems to be almost dangerous at points with these people just coming to you. But as you come closer to the wall, you see that the gates are closed, and there are like a line of armed guards just around the entranceway, giving like a parameter. And beyond this, there are more people like huddled in places, like all sort of sitting around.
And I didn't recognize anyone from the crowds, right? With my search check.
Did not. Your search checks did not reveal anyone immediately familiar from the crowds.
All right, I look to Droll and Omen. Let me do all the talking. I say as I get out of the cart and wave to the guards.
The guards, a lot of them seem like sort of gruff and just like generally in bad moods. However, the one who you wave to sort of nods and moves a little closer, and he says, "Well, welcome to Tibasport. Sorry for the ruckus on your way in. May I take a quick look through your cart, and then you'll be free to enter."
Okay. Well, I did. Out of character, I did do Jenny's makeup kind of thing, and Chef is disguised. So I say, well, is it okay if we skip that? I say as I pull out the letter with the Babbage seal on it. I was actually sent by Captain Babbage's father to deliver a message to him.
The story squints his eyes. Well, I suppose I do know the name, but honestly, it's just a check to make sure that you weren't bringing people from... He nods towards the crowd inside.
I honestly wanted to avoid this, but I lean in closer. We're kind of a charitable group. We've taken in are basically people that have been shunned by society. So, if you could at least not make a big deal about it.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still like, so he sort of like he closes his eyes for a second and says, "Just two."
It's the two, the woman and the old man, old man with me. The old man is a bit loopy at times, and the woman is quite fanciful, quite fanciful with storytelling. But the two in the back are wretches we've taken in. So could at least be. Huh?
Do you have trading to do in the town? Do you? Is there
Why,
other supplies on this cart?
Just a few. I say as I go over to the cart and come back with the katana and pull it back with the wrap katana, pulling it back to show him.
He takes a deep breath and he says, he like just sort of like peeks over the edge of the cart just enough to sort of see the cloaked figure of
Jenny?
the cloaked figure of
Chef.
And his eyes actually go a little wide. And he says, "That one's not violent, is he?"
No. He's just very slow. You know how the slow ones are. We've managed to make him. We've managed to train him and make him very well behaved. I whispered to him.
Well, he's your responsibility, but I guess you guys can go inside.
Of course, I say as I wrap up the hilt of the katana again and put it back in the cart.
He raises his spear, and the door opens. You immediately hear the voices of the people rise. Some of them walking closer. Immediately, the guards have to set themselves in between you and the crowd to keep anyone else from coming inside. And you are permitted into the town of Tebas Port.
Mm-hmm.
Now, contrary to what some of you might have been expecting, Tebas Port is not the capital, but it's a really old place. It's relatively well funded among towns, but the amount of people who are poor and unwell only continues inside. At first, it seems like there must be no point to keeping the doors closed because there's many inside. But if as many out there came in here, the streets would just be absolutely crowded. There's obviously already some overcrowding here.
What
anyways.
a dump.
And the streets, yeah, it's very true. The streets are filthy. They're lined with some garbage. This is a place where a lot of important trade, especially on the black market, goes through. Unlike Port Amphora, this is the place where you can go to get some shady stuff. But on the surface, it's just terrible looking.
I still thought you liked dumps.
Depends on the dump. I don't want to get sick. But I also know this is the best place to get what you need.
I feel bad for those people, but and on top of that, I feel like it was probably a great idea for Black Sun to set up an outpost here, because it's going to be nobody will notice when a few people go missing in a place like this. So.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Duanhof, I say, before I look around. Either way, I have to see about meeting some people here.
By the way, I'm just Jorul, you can roll a history check. I'm giving Omos and Genus this because it's a thing, and they've lived here. There is almost no solid Inquisition presence in Duanhof. However, there is a church in Tebas Port.
Ugh.
Mostly, it is actually a largely charitable organization that just tries to help people and get them on their feet. There are a lot of diehard trying to turn this town around sort of people. Of course, they have not been doing very good, and while they do have a decently sized building, they are not very well funded and usually don't have enough people to do something.
Never trust people who say they want to help. I never trust people who say they want to do good. I mumble. So.
And they definitely have not had the organization or the ability to go on to keep a segment of the Inquisition set up here permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Officially.
Mm-hmm. Let's go find an inn, and then I got work to do.
All right.
Shouldn't we try to find the Black Sun outpost that's supposed to be in this town?
I think they're going anywhere.
Why would you want to do that first?
All right.
Trust me. Give me a day.
This is not our final destination, so I just wanted to discuss what we were going to do after Tebas Port. Are we going to stay in Duanhof? Do we wanna go to search for more Black Sun outposts? I would really like to try to get someone from Black Sun alive to try to see where their central headquarters are and things like this.
That's why you need to give me a day. I tell Jorul.
All right, I'll wait for you in the inn for a day.
Which inn are we staying at?
That is a question you ask just before a woman. The streets are pretty crowded, so you hear a woman saying, "Hey you," and then with the red hair.
I don't. I pretend not to notice anything.
That's all right. But there is somebody moving from the way of the gate up towards you. Specifically Omen, but she also seems to be looking at Jorul. Hey, excuse me. Not asking for any charity. Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Don't answer.
Have you guys been? She waits for a few moments. You guys answer.
So make it quick.
Oh,
No.
sorry, I didn't hear that. Have you guys been Have you guys been traveling with Bonley and Killable recently?
Never heard of him.
We had.
I asked. You had. Okay. I'm looking for someone named Genus.
She's right here.
You asshole! I
So-
move over and I punch Jorah on the arm.
The lady smiles and says, "No, you're gonna want to hear this." And she beckons you to come closer.
I lean in. Fine, I come closer.
And also leans in.
No, none of you get to.
I also
No,
lean
none of
in.
you get to listen. No, none of you
no,
get to
no.
listen. None of you get to listen. I go a couple feet away with the woman.
Yes. She whispers. She leans over and says, "Ophelia is staying at the Duchess Refined on the southern side of town."
Understood.
Oh, the Duchess Vine, not the Duchess Refined. Sorry.
Duchess fine.
Yeah, the Duchess Vine on the southern side of town.
All right. Understood. I understand. Thank you. I say thank you. I say as I lean back.
She also steps back and says, "Gotta go," and she waves and rushes down towards the crowd. Everybody, make a magic resistance check.
Does
Okay.
Ooh, who's that? Is that Genus? Yeah.
that's
Oh, and
true.
Omen. Oh, wow. Okay. So, never mind, nothing weird happens.
What?
Nothing happens.
We all passed by just a little bit.
Presumably, yeah.
I tilt my head a bit and said, where did she say? Where's the Duchess Vine again?
She said it was on the southern side of town.
Let's.
So, you've been to Tiba's Port, and you think you know the place.
And she doesn't look familiar to me at all.
No, she doesn't look very familiar.
I get back into the cart and look to Droll. What was she trying to do?
What do you mean?
What?
She was trying to talk to you.
Oh, we're going to the south side of town.
Alright. Why?
I know an inn there.
Okay.
Has something to do with what she told you?
Not really.
Probably.
Are you heading down south?
Yep.
Alright. Down on the southern side of town, though still within the wall, you do eventually come across the Duchess Vine. It is on one of the main streets off of the southern entrance anyways. And doing that, you do have to wade through a considerable crowd. As you are passing, you do see, down at the end of the road on the left, this rather large building central, oops, that's not the pointer, and I'm in the wrong area. Central, just beside the park. It's a pretty sizable, nicely built, secure foundations church. Like a cathedral almost. A little bit smaller than that, but still. Rather impressive for such a decrepit town. That said, the vast majority of the windows are broken. It still has people loitering around the outside. It doesn't look in any tremendous better quality than the rest of the city.
Could you point to the church again?
It
The
is
H.
this big H.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
good.
who was Ophelia again?
I think I said it wrong. Octavia. I'm sorry. I meant Octavia.
I was gonna say, who the fuck? Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I meant
Yeah,
Octavia.
Toe Santa.
Okay.
Octavia is a Duchess Vine.
Okay.
I messed that name up another time before I said Ophelia too. So sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, you can take just a brief foray through the city before finding the Duchess Vine.
Yeah.
It is. You would like to say it's a little better. There don't seem to be quite as many beggars and drunk people on this particular road. However, you still get a rather unpleasant smell as you move up to the entrance, and this street is a little bit narrow, so as carts are passing, it takes a little bit to weasel your way around. Additionally, you can't see anything other than an alleyway to put your own cart into.
Because that's safe.
Yeah.
Either
This
way, I get
alleyway leads back between the houses. I will actually mark where the place is right here.
Either way, I get out of the cart and I go into the inn to get a cheap room.
Okay.
Jenny, come.
I think. Oh, can we keep Chef to look out for to protect the cart again?
I order Chef to stow the cart.
Okay, Chef stares at the cart. From within the cart? Okay. Chef is there at the cart. He's gonna watch it. There you go. Okay, got it. And the rest of you huddle inside. Entering, it's pretty quiet on the inside. It seems kind of clean in here too. There's room for like 4 tables. That's relatively small. You see, sitting at the bar is a really large man with a nice like gray beard. He's very muscular.
Wait, isn't that the poundskeeper in?
Yes, it is. Let me get his name.
Yeah, wasn't his name something Mac or something?
Yes, Macklin Dravis.
Yeah.
Macklin.
It's Macklin. He's sitting there behind the counter, like leaning over, and he sees you come in. His eyebrows go up and says, "You took your sweet time."
Well, we go at a slow pace. I say to Macklin. Macklin with a small smile, and I go over to the bar and take a seat.
He slaps his hand on the bar. He says, "So, can I get you anything?"
Couple cheap rooms.
By the way, the bar is generally not really well decorated, but the crossbow's there again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can do that for you, definitely. You got time to meet with Octavia now.
Yeah, I do. Where is she?
She's at the very top of the ladder, all the way on the end of the hall.
Understood. Understood. Thanks, Macklin. I say as I slide him over the money for the rooms and everything.
All right.
How much did that
your
cost
keys,
me?
everyone? He doesn't actually. You slide him money, and then he'll sort of flicks it back at you, like very quietly. Actually, you guys can make a notice check to see if you notice this. If you want to notice.
If it's based on sight, it's unlikely.
It is based on sight. Neither of you noticed the sleight of hand, but you don't lose any money.
Yep, I figured. I say I take my key before nodding to Macklin, and then I go up to the stairs to the ladder and everything.
Good to see you all again, by the way. Here's your keys.
Thank you. Could I have some water? This trip has been quite dehydrating.
Definitely. And he moves back and takes out like water in just a big old gourd. I'll pour you. You looking for a glass? You can take this to your room if you like.
Thank you.
There you go. Sorry, I lost track of what I was saying. Oh yes, he says, "Where's the?" and throws a hand over his head. Well, I got white hair too, but the younger white-haired fella.
He left to take care of his own business. He had a dragon to find.
It sounds like a tale, but a shame all the same. Anyways, I guess that means we have another room open. No, me no hold. Go right ahead.
Did you save some for us?
Rooms?
Do you mean you have another room open?
Yes, we have another room open. There are only 4 rooms in this little establishment.
Oh.
Well, it's very nice of you to reserve a place for us like this. Much appreciated.
He kindly nods his head. Let me know if you're interested in any ales. Food's a bit scarce in town, but we can rustle up something from the kitchen.
No. The food rations we've had have got me stuffed. They're not very good, but they're filling. I'm gonna go rest a little bit on something that rocks less than the cart.
Very good.
Have a nice afternoon.
All right, are you two Omen and Jordan?
Head out to. I think it might be low on supplies after.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, Omen steps out into the cold and rather
Salty.
salty air.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Important.
And
We're at a port. It's gonna be salt.
it is about midday, by the way, now that you're here. However, it is always cloudy. You've had several patches of rain on the trail, and it doesn't seem like your time here will be any different. You can go. Do you want to make a history or a streetwise check? History just to see if you remember any, or memorize, or streetwise to see if you can find what you're looking for.
Not history.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not actually looking for supplies, by the way. I'm
Oh, sorry.
going to find an alleyway and.
Gotcha.
I'm also going to, at this point, take off. What's it called? It's the other one. Yeah, pass without leaving trace.
You're stop maintaining what?
I'm going to stop maintaining pass without leaving trace.
Gotcha. In that case, I'd also like you to make a magic appraisal check. What were you doing otherwise? I think you might have cut out when you said what you were doing.
I'm going to find an alleyway, basically.
You could just like slink, like sidle around the car. You get into the alleyway behind the inn. They're all very narrow. Excellent turf to be dragged into and stabbed repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Okay. Interestingly enough, you enter this town and you don't really sense anything immediately. This is the first town you walked into that there hasn't been magic abound somewhere very quickly. Apart from all of the magical things directly beside you.
I'm picking up a lot of those. Yes.
Yes. What you doing in the alleyway?
I'm going to shoot a fireball up into the sky.
Okay. Spend your Xeon for a fireball. What size is this fireball?
I'm going to cast it at basic, so it's an 8.
Okay. And projection roll, if you would.
234, that's good.
Oh, that is really good. Do you want to send it as high as you can, or just like a certain distance above the city?
As high as I can, probably. So it's not exactly where it came from.
In that case, your distance is... darn it. 3,000 feet in the sky is how far you can throw that fireball. So it goes spiraling up into the air, way up high into the cloudy sky, and you can actually see like the light from your fireball kind of hit the clouds a little bit. It gives this very like spooky aura. You also hear like from around you,
Call the Inquisition! Witch!
No,
Manhattan!
not immediately that. You do hear like someone like just at the edge of the road like go, whoa, holy cow, what was that? And like a couple of people, as you like peek out there, a couple of people like pointing at the sky. It was up there, I swear it was. Like a ball of fire. Do you think the reckoning's coming? But no immediate like streetwide panic or anything.
Cool. I was actually gonna head off and get some supplies.
Oh, okay. Gonna actually head off and get supplies now. All right. In that case,
Subtlety spelled like Fireball.
yes. All right. So while you're on your way to go get supplies, Jorl, you're in your room. Jorl's gonna take a break for a second. So we're gonna go to Genus. Is going to meet with Octavia. Now, there's a narrow stairway that leads up to the second floor, which is where 2 of the rooms are. However, after the stairway, there's also a ladder, which leads up to a trapdoor above.
Mm-hmm. I knock on it the same way I used to do with Tavi back when we were in Terra Santa.
There's like a long pause, and then it's not a knocking on the other side, but you can hear somebody stomping from somewhere not far away, the same pattern back to you.
Mm-hmm. So can I enter, or do I need to...
That's generally like, yeah, go ahead and enter.
Okay.
It's not locked.
I open the trap door, and I peek inside. Miss me?
Okay.
I say with a broad smile to Tavi before pulling myself the rest of the way in and closing the trap door.
Well, you peek into like a largely empty room, look over, there's a doorway, and that's where the stopping was coming from. Then you can go and open the doorway and say, hey, second time.
Yeah, I do that, yeah.
Okay. All right, you open the doorway, and the rooms have been like they were dark. They were a little bit more solidly built. You could see that Macklin has done some improvements to the woodwork of the place. It's not all the natural thing that it was made with. Enough to keep everything sturdy, but because it's so empty, everything kind of echoes.
Yeah.
The trapdoor opened into this dusty storage room that looked like an attic. However, you open the door into this next chamber, and Tavi is sitting very comfortably on a long sofa. The general atmosphere of the room isn't like resplendent finery. However, it looks just a little bit like her old hideout, where everything's like relatively nice and comfortable. There are pillows. It's lived in. It's not dusty and dirty, and the smell is gone. In fact, she has something burning that smells really nice and floral and utterly extinguishes the terrible scents from outside.
I see you've set up quick.
Octavia is sitting at a desk, like with one leg crossed over the other. She seems to be looking at something through I forget what it's called, but it's a microscope that you put up to your eye. She's looking at some
like
sort of...
yeah.
She's looking at a paper on her desk, or in her hand. And she says,
monocle?
yes, I missed you. A monocle. Well, it's not a monocle, but it's like a longer one that has a magnification to it.
Yeah, like, fuck, I can't remember the name of it. So, like Sherlock Holmes, like the detectives use.
A magnifying glass.
Not exactly, but similar. And you can actually see there are curtained windows, like along the back of this room. One of them you can faintly see through is looking over the city skyline to the water behind it. Now, there's not much skyline to be had just in this area. It's a bunch of warehouses. It's a bunch of things. It's a bunch of like small businesses. But still, it's looking over all the buildings towards the sea.
Oh yeah, can Jenny climb the ladder?
Yes, Jenny can climb the ladder.
He's staying in the storage room though.
Yes, staying in the storage room. All right, he stays behind. Also, just so you know, there are 2 other individuals in this room. They seem to be seated, like one's a little further back, like they have another desk set up on some crates. And there's a little ladder leading up to it. It's sort of raised, and then there's another person to the right, who just seems to be like filing their nails. They're just surrounded in. That's someone. Yeah, that's true. They're just surrounded in boxes. However, you can see some of them are open, and apparently they have still not managed to sell all of the utensils and metals from the Black Sun shop because they are confined into that corner of the roof. Quite a few of them have been sold, but not these.
Yeah, how's business been? I say as I walk over to Tavi's desk.
Well, she slowly pushes herself up, straightening so that she can rests a little bit of weight off of her bad leg. She says, "It's not been as great as I'd hoped, but as this conflict continues, we're definitely looking to be in a good position to arm some mercenaries."
Sounds promising.
Well, conflict often is.
Yeah.
However, at the moment, it's very slow. We have to wait for everybody to become aware of what's going on and to decide to do something about it. Still, though, uneventful month. You're well. I'm glad to see that. I heard that you're not traveling with Zemnis
Bond the
Ban the
Unkillable?
Unkillable anymore.
Yeah,
It's a shame.
he decided to fuck off and do his own thing, but I've been very productive in the meantime.
Good. That does put a few dents in my hopes, but
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that you kept the rest of them with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a couple of scrapes. If you want, we can. If you want, I can recount most of the things I've done and what I've talked with Sophie about.
She takes a deep breath and says, "I got a letter from Sophie, but I have a feeling a lot has happened since then." So she eases herself back down and says, "All right, give me what you have." And she has another piece of parchment ready to scribble down.
Yeah. I recount all the important things that have happened, basically, like sending Jorl and Omen and, like, Chef after the barbarians on the outside of the one port town where Sophie lives. Basically, how we're tracking down Black Sun, how I killed the guy that was basically that could basically read minds, that was trying to track us down, and he worked for the group that Omen is tracking down, and who is also looking for her. And
Actually, she says, like in the middle of this, I'm starting to think that maybe it was a bad idea to bring these people with you. They all seem very capable, but they also seem to have a lot of baggage.
Yeah, but Jorl can literally summon an 80-foot Jorl can literally summon an 80-foot tall beast creature, kind of a beast creature. And besides that, he oh, and by the way, you know what he wants to do with stuff like the zombies of the Necronomicon, and I tell her all about his idealistic plans and stuff like that.
She squints her eyes and says, "Does he know what you do for a living?"
He might know the basics, I say with a small grin.
Well, if that's all, then you've done an excellent job so far. But we might hit a hard rock at one point when he figures it all out.
He's 80 years old, and every time I do a good thing or I help out the team, he doesn't ask questions, so it doesn't really matter.
I suppose we can use that to our advantage.
Exactly. Omen's the more suspicious one, and she's way too nosy. So we might have to look around at her. But Jorl, he's doddering basically, and it's like, and I really don't tell them anything. So
She nods her head. Well, you say it can summon an 80-foot tall. Well, I'm sure we could do some good for Guanholf while making.
Omen can cast fire and everything.
Well, I seem to remember that, actually.
Yeah. Omen casts fire, and they both have these strange little magic creatures that only people with the gift or can see magic can see, kind of thing. So they can be a little sneaky.
Well, I am unfortunately not one of those people, but that's good to know.
Yeah.
And I may have to take some precautions against that.
You'll want to. I mean, like, they're not in the business of getting caught by the Inquisition, but if you want
no
more
one is.
Yeah, if you want more privacy, you'll want to set up some magic barriers at this point. So.
Just say that as though you've done that recently.
Well, I've talked a lot with them basically, and we've had to track people down who are magical. So I'm starting to get the hang of this.
Well, good on you.
Yeah.
I was worried when you got if you got into the business of artifacts. All the things I'd have to explain to you.
Well, Gerald did make me this cloak. It actually allows me to jump farther and go invisible for a bit and intangible.
She looks it over. I'd like to study that, but not right now.
I'll allow it. The old man is able to make magical items if you give him the time. So I figured that's quite useful as well.
Especially if we could figure out how he does that. But anyways, are you here for a while?
Business. We will be.
Oh,
We heard there's a Black Sun base here. So of course Jorl wants to find it, capture someone alive, and find the main headquarters and disband Black Sun forever and all that. I say with a wave of hand.
Well, come to think of it, wasn't that what he was saying when you first talked to him?
More or less, yeah.
And he says there's an outpost here as well.
Well, we found that out from a zombie. He's in the storage room. By the way,
You have a zombie in my storage room?
Nah, not your typical zombie. This one's apparently rare. It's got a mind, it's got a conscience, and it can make decisions and such.
I don't know if that's better or worse than a regular zombie.
He follows me. He obeys me, and he's really dumb. So it's not too much of a problem.
But bring him
good for
in here
distraction.
really quick.
All right. I open the door and I motion for Jenny to come in.
Okay, tell him to step back out because I can smell him already.
Okay, stand back out. Jenny, stand back out.
Just tell him to stand on one foot.
Jenny, stand on one foot.
Okay. He stands on one foot. Tell him not to look at me.
Jenny,
Jenny's like already slowly looking away.
there you go.
She nods her head, sort of like
Yeah.
purses her lips.
Yeah, I've been teaching him things too, like dirty limericks I add with a snicker.
That is exactly what I would teach a corpse.
Yeah. Yeah.
She also looks at him and says, "You did good with the makeup, by the way. If it weren't for the nose, and I mean, he generally seems just like a terribly sick man instead
go
of
with
a dead one."
I go with the story that he's been horribly wounded and battle multiple times.
I suppose that's the simplest way to do it.
Mhm.
Anyways, I am still working on selling these.
Yeah.
We've been talking to a lot of people, Genus, and
Yes.
you know that it will probably be dangerous here in Dwanho for a while. Wait a minute, wait. Do you tell him? First of all, I forgot about this. Did you told her about the mind reader? Did Jorl tell them all about who the agent was, who Losserat was?
Yeah, I explained he was working for Lucanor.
Okay, and she says,
yeah, the guy that wanted the Necronomicon.
Yeah, she says,
Yeah, I also tell her that.
No.
Yeah.
that is possibly the most worrying thing you have told me. And you did not come to any agreement. He's still following you?
Possibly. Possibly. I told them to burn the book. I told them to just outright burn the book. But Gerald and them wanting to try and do good with it. So I said with a wave of my hand. But I trapped the book so that it'll be instantly destroyed if anyone but us opens it.
Well, anyone like them tries to open it.
Yeah.
If Losserat, if you told the name, is
Yeah,
a person
Losserat.
like you or I, we're going to be looking for such things. Now, I have to admit, I don't really want them in my building. If you were being hunted by an agent of Lucanor, we'll figure that out soon. I won't kick them out tonight, but
That's
I'm
fair.
probably already implicated if that's the case. She massages her brow.
I knew I should have come alone. I mused before giving a light shake of my head. Still, I have something that might be helpful to you in the city, though. Do you know the Babbage family?
Are you talking about the Burbage family?
Burbage family, yeah.
Yes. His name is... There's a gentleman who works with one of the major mercenary groups in town. His name is Kane? She's trying to remember.
Yeah, and his father is rich and lives in the same city as Sophia, right?
No, it's Kaeda. Yes. Well, his father... No, I don't know anything about his father. I would have to look around. But no, if you're talking about Kaeda Burbage, yes, he's here and he has some possibly useful sway. How do you have... Would you have something on him?
In a sense, I say as I take out the letter and the rings. By my good luck, while I was out thieving, I broke into his father's house and got away pretty well. I say as I show her the family seal rings and everything.
She smiles a little. Did you add something to this one?
Me? Perish the thought, I say with a grin.
Well, give this to the right person, and I'm sure it'll be fine. But
yeah,
you're still working on that.
It's actually a letter from his father to him, kind of thing. Yeah, it's saying that I work for his father, basically. But I also had I also gave Sophie some other coded letters, so when she figures out what they mean, she'll send word, basically.
Well, hopefully we'll get that word soon. Either way, this is not a bad find. If we could even convince him to donate a few gentlemen to our cause, it would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty expansive effort working for the Von Summers. No, the Barons of Summer.
Very
and
nice.
you know them. You can do a history check for them if you want.
I don't think I have history.
Okay. Well, she'll quickly say, the Barons of Summer are one of the 4 major powers in Tibasport.
Nice. I say, but either way, I'll let you keep the symbol ring. You might be able to use it much better if you're going to stay here. So I say as I hand it over to her.
By the way, are you giving me these as a present, or are you going to use them for your own needs? She holds up the papers, the letters to Kaeda.
Well, I need the letter. I need to hand the letter to Kaeda. Unless, of course, she can send someone else that could pass off more convincingly as someone that works for his father.
Well, I'm sure I could find someone who could convincingly act as that regard.
Right.
But it is yours. I won't take this from you. I might be able to give you something if you let this be a tool for my own use, though.
All right. I'll let you have it in exchange.
Okay. I owe you a favor then, which is a general way to say a general trading currency between thieves and
Of course. Yeah. I keep the 4 valuable rings, but I let her have the letters and the
signet ring.
Yeah.
Okay. She's happily looking over them. You can tell that she's scheming. Is there anything I can do for you right now? I actually want to think on this.
At the moment, I just need to find. At the moment, I just need to find a way. At the moment, it's just mainly to find the Black Sun base and for me do a little business and get some supplies. Supplies, if you know what I mean.
I'll ask around. We've been trying to case this city ever since we got here. If you want to come by tonight, I'll hopefully have something that'll help you find this outpost, unless you already know where it is.
No, just that the outpost was here. One last thing. How far away is Phaon?
Phaon, quite a few miles. I mean, by boat, it wouldn't take too terribly long, maybe 15 days to reach. Hold on, I'm checking that.
Excellent.
Phaon is the principality directly south of Duanholf. However, there is no actual road that leads straight from Duanholf to Phaon. You do, however, know, just by being you, that Phaon hates Duanholf and wants to fight. Hey, you're doing this too.
Huh. Well, out of character, I still have that 1,000 gold bill to Phaon, so...
That is true. Did you show her that one?
Yeah, actually, I look to Tavi and I say, actually... And I take out the 1,000 gold bill for Phaon, and I say, this was in Kaeda's letter that I took out.
That will take some time to exchange, but it could be worth something. I don't really know personally the system of commerce in Phaon. This looks like something you'd see in the Empire.
Should I just hang on to it then, in case we ever do get to Phaon?
If you want, I'll send it over there. I'll start working on that myself, but getting it to Phaon, figuring everything out, it'll be a cost more than a benefit.
Then I'll just hang on to it for now then, as I put the bill away. Alright. Either way, that should be all for now. I need to find Black Sun, and I need to find Black Sun. Did Sophie sent me a letter, right?
Well, she sent me a letter telling me that you had arrived and about what you were doing in the city.
Alright.
It arrived only last week, so I assume you've probably been on the road ever since.
Yep. Well, there isn't much more to be done. There isn't much more to be done now at the moment. We just have to look for Dark Sun, the group that wants to find Omen, and then I don't know. I just need to
Eventually
get some
deal
stuff.
with your own problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Well, yes, I say with a sigh. Hopefully, Jorah or Omen can take care of that for me. But I guess we'll see. I say with a light shrug.
Well, when you say we'll see, you know that either means we'll see you live, or we'll see you are hunted for the rest of a possibly short life.
I'd place bets on the former. I say before holding out my arms. Hug.
As she pushes herself back up again and hugs you, and she says, "Well, for what it's worth, I guess I'd put my money on the former too. I'm glad to see that you made it safe."
Yep. Yep. I always have a plan to make it out alive. I say, ending the hug before saying, I'm gonna go downstairs and start going about. So.
All right, be safe. I know you know what you're doing, but there are more thieves and desperate people in this town than ever.
I know. I noticed on the way in. I'm used before opening the door. Come, Jenny.
Jenny says, hops towards you.
You can put your foot down now.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. It seemed like some sort of game. And he puts his foot down and walks behind you.
Yep.
All right. Are you
we-
going anywhere in particular?
Nah, I just need to get a lock-picking kit and some other stuff, so...
Okay.
Should we finish the game for now?
Oh, it is 154.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, really quick. What is... Just really quick, we're going to say, where's Omen going specifically? Is she just looking for food supplies or other things?
Food supplies, yeah.
All right, make a quick streetwise check.
That's... Find streetwise. There we go.
Make a D100 check.
Yeah.
Minus 15, technically.
I don't use them old rules
Oh.
and the new Core Exit rules. They don't give any minuses. But dang it! All right, you're moving off towards the north. You know that what little like farmland they have is up there. Is produces poor crops, but it's the only crops that are really produced in Dwanholf. So you're like, maybe the farms will be up here. You get to the top. There's nothing. You're walking up and down the street. You get a little lost. And you're slowly like trudging your way back down, just sort of like you remember the sea was to your right as you came up, so you'd have to go back with the sea on your left. And as you do, you come to the corner of this street, and I want you to make a notice check.
Better.
Oh, that's really good. All right, you come to the corner of this street, and there's people moving around. That you've had like a number of people try to like dig in your pockets or try to like come up begging for food. And there's one you see these people like scattering as somebody's coming down the road. You see him like moving between buildings, like constantly peering through them up towards the sky until he gets to the street, and then he just sort of walks out into the middle of the street looking south into the sky. He's a very large man. He's clad in like a decently heavy armor, not full plate, maybe
Onion Knight?
No, not Onion Knight. And he has a big oversized and he's immediately, just the way he sort of walks is familiar. He has a sword at his side, but it seems way too small to fit in his hands, and he has these huge fists that covered in like scratches and bruises.
Is that who I think it is?
I don't know who you think it is.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Is that who I think it is?
Is it the suggestion that I made in?
Oh, sadly, no, it is not him. That would be cool if it was him too. That would be bad if it was.
I was like, oh, that'd be a good cliffhanger to end the session on. But
you see this person like, and he starts walking towards where you're going, just looking at the sky.
Inquisition.
Seem recognizable at all?
They're wearing a full helmet.
Throw a rock at him.
I might actually do that.
Do you throw a rock?
He following me, is he?
No, you are technically following him.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna is there anyone nearby?
There are a lot of like just people like beggars in the streets. Eventually, like sometimes you'll see people come by who are not. Usually they come by with guards. You don't have your solid gold cane, do you?
It's.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it that way.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you probably should have had a lot more people clamoring for you, but we're gonna ignore that. I'm sorry. Poor GM remembering for now. But yes, there are a lot of like destitute people on the roads. Most people who are not seem to have a number of guards around them. Or seem to like just try to blend in. But this guy is not blending in at all.
Throw a rock at him.
Throw a rock at him.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Alright.
do you have the throwing module, or do you take a penalty to that?
Penalty.
But fatigue
But not bad. You get a negative 60, but that's enough to hit something 15 feet away, I think.
You hit his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you come over and you throw a rock, and it like clinks off of his armor, and he like reaches back and like turns around, looks at the floor, and then looks up at you, and he says, "Holy shit! Wow, Omen, it's you!" And he like starts moving towards you with his big meaty hands like outstretched. I can't believe you're alive.
Oh shit! Wait a second.
Who is this?
And cut.
And cut.
That's who I thought it was.
Okay.
I think it's who you thought it was.
Yeah.
But yep, that is the end of the session for today. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. It was a very social session. It was a very the characters just like to talk it out today.
Yeah, but we made some good decisions on
What else are you gonna do when you're just riding with no battle?
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully next time we get in, we destroy Black Sun and get into their labs and refit Chef and
a whole new wave of artifacts.
That too, that'd be nice as well. All right, I'm off. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Everybody have a good day.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day, everyone.